This thing really meant business. Our bows and its mechanical pawns are certainly formidable. That's putting it lightly. It's even stronger than the hunk of junk we fought in Ravash's old digs. It must be one of the ones that were modified by that professor of the societies. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, it looks like we're all clear. Our top priority is searching for Elie and Speaker MacDowell, then. What? Why you? Damn thing's out of control. No. I don't think so. Perfect timing. Elie! It's Elie! Guess you didn't need our help after all. So, this isn't exactly how I pictured things would go. But it doesn't matter. Thanks for having my back, Elie. You saved me. Ah! Thank goodness, I was so worried! But you're okay. You really came for me. I thought that I might never see you again. Elie. Well, this is awkward. So, should we give them some privacy, or...? I get the feeling they forgot we're even here. Seems you weren't the only one longing for LoH's tender embrace, aren't you? I have no recollection of what you're referring to. Huh? I'm happy you're okay too, but, their stars are getting kind of hard to ignore. Oh, hold on a second. It's not what it looks like. But I can't put LoH's like if it was. I got a bit carried away by that, that's all. Uh-huh. Whatever you say, Mademoiselle. But I'm telling you the truth here. No, you understand what I mean, don't you? Yeah, sure. I will endeavor to try. Oh, help me out here, Risha. Wait, why in the world is Risha with you? Or no, for that matter, and what exactly is Vazi wearing? Ah. We have a lot to catch up on. So it would seem. Hey, Jona's here as well. Speaker MacDowell, are you alright? And Jona? Sup guys, long time no see, huh? Man, oh, you really bailing us out here, you know? Jona was brought here by Bell not long after we were. I assume she got tired of him continuing trying to hack into Orcus Tower's central mainframe. That Bell of yours is a freaking witch, lady. How cool do you have to be to lock up that Jona's sake without an orbital network connection? What am I, a caveman? That explains that. For a shut-in like you, she may as well have been starving you to death. What say we leave the details for later? After all, I presume you'd rather take this time to rescue us first. Right, we need to break you out. So if it's alright with you, can we get to making our escape now? Of course. The time for neutrality has passed. We are long overdue for someone to speak up against this mess. That's right. Alright then, we should split before my uncle's goons come barging in. Let's secure our escape route and get back to the Merkaba post-haste. Afterward, the SSS escaped to the Merkaba with Zaid, who had been busy distracting the enemy amidst the chaos. With his aid, the group managed to escape Michelin before Red Constellation's reinforcements arrived. And then? You certainly want to go through with this, Speaker MacDowell? Well, it's doubtful that my words will resonate with all of the citizenry. But nevertheless, I firmly believe it will be impossible for us to move forward as a state if we don't take action now. Even if this decision does cost us our order and hegemony, short-lived as it may be. It's true. A declaration of invalidity toward the independent state of Crossbell. The only one of us who could possibly pull that off is Crossbell's former mayor turned speaker. Yes, but how will the announcement be made to the public? Good question. There's no point if a message doesn't reach the citizens or the defense force. Jona has an idea regarding that. There's a signal booster at Tangram Hill. It was set up to test Crossbell's wireless orbital network connectivity with Le Mans. Get us there and I should be able to hack it. I can keep the channel open for about 10 minutes, so keep your speech under that and we're golden. I'm a little lost here, but does that mean we can take over those monitor cars that are parked all over the city? Yes, and we can get the message broadcast to the Defense Forces terminals as well. That will allow us to meet the conditions Commander Bales laid out for us. If the President's authority is challenged, the Defense Force should withdraw and adopt a wait-and-see approach. That would make moving about the state significantly less cumbersome for us. Lloyd? Listen well, Lloyd. That we declare Crossbell's independence invalid is merely a suggestion, not an ultimatum. As our faction's leader, we can set the idea aside if you are against it. No, there won't be any need for that. Once upon a time, Dieter told us about his conception of justice while he was still only the CEO of the IBC. Humankind are creatures at will, to our dying breath chased after the ideal of justice. Justice is the foundation of society, something that people can believe in. Political corruption, the criminal underworld. Even if the police cannot tame them, the economic prosperity we currently experience allows our citizenry to live their lives in relative comfort. But an unseen evil spread across our land, and sensing it, people seek justice. From the very core of their being, they silently cry out for it. Because no matter what shape or form justice takes, people will always pursue it, just as they pursue the security that comes with society itself. That is why I expect great things from you. You may be the lasting cure Crossbell needs. It's clear to me that you four are pursuing justice in your own way. And I think it's important you demonstrate that to the people, so they can see it for themselves. Those were Dieter's words. Kinda ironic thinking back on it. It feels like a lifetime ago, despite it not being a full year. Regardless, that's what the President said, line for line. I couldn't say whether he meant any of it or if he was just telling us what we needed to hear. Either way, we can't deny that it had a profound impact on us. I agree. It's an interesting way to spin it, I give him that. Yeah, and this time, I'm going to turn his own words against him. For our sake, and his. And most importantly, to give his citizens and the CDF the chance to think for themselves. Very well. I take his words under consideration and deliver an answer to them in my declaration. That would be great. You're really doing this, then? Now that we have a game plan, all we gotta do is iron out the details. Jona, friend, we're gonna need your help with tech support. Aye. Sure, I got you covered. The group then worked out the specifics of their plan to have Speaker MacDowell formally declare the independent state of Crossbell invalid. For their part, Jona and Fran evaluated the prospects of hacking into the Orbital network to broadcast the address. All that remained was to decide when to strike. You know, it's just starting to hit me how far we've come in this short amount of time. Yeah, right. It's easy to forget that this is still the same little Crossbell we've been working to defend all year. Indeed. But what's happening right now affects more than just this state. The Zamuri as we know it is shifting. What we're experiencing now could very well be a turning point in history. Elie? You're still struggling with the fact that you'll be opposing Maria Bell and President Croix, aren't you? I can't hide that, can I? Despite what they've done, it hasn't changed that we've been like family for years. There's even a small part of me that can sympathize with their ambitions from a political standpoint. I can't fault you for that. In their defense, they're not the only folks out there with a sword at a rap sheet. The Blood and Iron Chancellor, for example. Yes, but even so, I want to make myself perfectly clear. No matter what happens, I'm a part of the Special Support Section. If nothing else, I know for a fact that will never change. You mean it? Elie. Look at you being a team player, Mademoiselle. What happened to all that talk about the CPD being a temporary gig? I'll admit that's how I saw it when we first started. But I was no match for you all. At this point, the SSS is where my heart will always be. No matter which path I take in the future. Everything I do will be built on the foundation of what I've learned from the time we've spent together. Well put. I feel the exact same way. I guess we all got pretty lucky that the chief ever started up this crazy division. Oh wait, come to think of it, the SS was all your brother's idea, wasn't it? I guess it was. I don't think he even could have imagined what it would become. We're going to solve this case and take Kia back. In a way, maybe that's what fate brought the SS together to do. Our ultimate purpose. But we're past the point of grasping for straws and looking for reasons. We're going to save her, and we'll do it as a team, every step of the way. For the sake of what matters most to us, we'll forge ahead, come what may. Right. We also have to get in touch with the chief. Our team isn't complete without his biting wit. You can say that again. Elie has joined the party. Elie learned the S-craft Divine Crusade. With Elie's inclusion, the number of party members now exceeds a maximum of 6. Please reselect which 6 characters will comprise your party. And someone stays behind. I don't know, I like them all. I'll leave it this way for now. Lloyd, Elie, Tia, and Wendy cannot be removed from the party, huh? From now on, you'll be able to reorganize your party and switch out active party members by speaking with others on the bridge. To advance the story, select the booster site location on the far east side of the Merkaba's navigation map. It took some time, but we're all set to get this declaration of invalidity thing going. Now that Speaker MacDowell has a statement in order, all that's left is to get him on the airwaves. Oh boy, I'm starting to get nervous. Maybe I should go do some vocal warm-ups on the deck. Once Speaker MacDowell declares Crossbill's independence invalid, it won't be long before the effects ripple through the entire state. My guess is it's going to become a lot easier for any pockets of resistance to come out of the woodwork. This could be the turning point we've all been waiting for. Are you ready, Speaker MacDowell? Yes, I'm prepared to declare the independent state of Crossbill invalid at a moment's notice. I give you my word that Henry MacDowell will not be pulling any punches. Rest assured that my statement will serve as an answer to Dieter's past assertions. Thank you again for doing this. There's no need to thank me, Lloyd. How the declaration will be received by the court of public opinion is the true variable. I may no longer be the orator that Dieter is, but I shall do my utmost to convey the sincerity of our intentions. This is something I must do. It's imperative that every Crossbellan consider the future of our homeland. Well said, we're counting on you. There we are. With that, your treatment should be complete. I am once again in your debt to you. Side, were you injured while we were in Mishalam? Yes, by those Red Constellation fools, no less. The wound itself should heal quickly, but that I was hit at all came as a shock. You mustn't underestimate them. In any case, the ambush serves its purpose as a diversion, but they're unlikely to fall for it a second time. Noted. Still, you were a big help out there. Thanks for everything, Zaid. There's no need for gratitude, as you should well know. Now then, seeing as you've recovered your comrades, Lloyd, it would seem there is no need for me to accompany you any longer. I will remain on reserve as I did before. Remember, you can always call me if you need assistance. By generating orbital waves for my staff, you mean? Understood. Furthermore, should I come to your aid in battle, know that I will be doing so in my original form from now on. The roaming monsters out there will be no more than helpless prey before me. I can bet. It'll be a welcome sight having you at our side in Holy Beast mode again. Thank you, Zaid. As always, I look forward to working alongside you. It was only for a short time, but I enjoyed fighting alongside Zaid. I owe him more than I could ever repay for all the protection he has given us. Your numbers have grown to a point where my protection is no longer needed. So Zaid is now the... When Tio uses her summon Zaid craft, he shows up in Holy Beast mode. Yeah. So it's basically been updated. I'll be landing in hands with a hacking process from the terminal over there. The orbital network is a little outside my area of expertise, but can at least help with the Merkaba system structure. The world would have a mission to fulfill too, so I'll lend a hand in whatever way I can. Our actions today will call into question the legitimacy of Crossbill's independence. And doing that means challenging the establishment of a defense force too. I'm sure Commander Bales can handle the aftermath, but there's no avoiding the unrest that's going to ensue. We should consider ourselves lucky the two major powers are preoccupied with their own civil turmoil. Once we broadcast the declaration of invalidity, the CDF should pull back to see how things play out. Red Constellation foe? They're in Dieter's pocket, so we're not gonna give a rat's ass one way or another. Hell, might even give him an excuse to start playing hardball, and that's saying something compared to what we've already done. Point is, we gotta be on guard for anything. When I first arrived in the state as Yin, I never imagined myself fighting to save it. Maybe it's too late for me to be having this realization, but I'm starting to feel like this role is one I don't deserve. However, the fates of Crossbell and Archon are one and the same. I protect them with everything I have. We're about to hack the orbital net and formally declare the independent state of Crossbell invalid. In the end, everything will come down to timing. Yeah, it's not like me to be this nervous. Well, I can understand why you would be. Whatever we're planning will end the temporary peace with Crossbell as right now. That's a fact we can't contend with. Makes me wonder if what we're doing is really the right thing. Uncle and the others have provided Crossbell with protection against Ereboni and Calvert. So many innocent people benefit from that. And here we are, trying to wrest it away from them. I know. But this so-called peace is only possible because President Kreuz and the others are exploiting Kia for it. The people have no clue what's happening, the cost of their newfound freedom. There's no way we can let this continue. You're right. I could never accept a peace that was obtained by sacrificing Kia's happiness and well-being. Thank you, Lloyd. Chatting with you was just what I needed to let go of my doubts. Anytime, Elie. This operation is our first step toward taking Kia back. We need to pull it off no matter what. Right, let's give it our all. I'm still unsure on whether declaring Crossbell's independence invalid is the right thing to do. Hey, is it time to start the operation yet? Just say the word and I get into hacking. Somehow I feel like you're a little too fired up for this. Hey, I gotta get back to those creeps for locking me up so long without an orbital net connection. Just wait and see. I'm gonna send that old geezer's voice to every last terminal in Crossbell. Please don't call him a geezer. Even during times like these, you'll need to address him as Speaker MacDowell. It's only polite, Jona. Okay, sheesh. Get off my back already. No wonder you became a cop. Now quit being a kid, John, and let's get this show on the road. I need to pay them back, especially with Witch Mariabel. I'm gonna teach her a lesson she'll never forget. Jona really knows how to hold a grudge. Click luck. Testing, 1, 2, 3. What are you up to, friend? Oh, hey Lloyd, I was just making sure the camera and microphone are working. We're gonna be sending audio and video from here in the Macabre to screens all over the place via the orbital net. Hello, my name is Seeker, and I love my big sister Noe more than anyone in the whole wide world. Yep, it's picked up everything hunky-dory. Even in times like these, you can always count on a friend to help ease the tension. There's much security around the booster site, fortunately for us. It's completely outside the CDF and Jäger Patrol's routes. If we head straight there in the Macabre, we should be able to finish with no interruptions. As for how this declaration of invalidity will change things and shape our future, but goddess only knows. The defense force and Jägers have been on high alert ever since Speaker MacDowell was freed from their clutches. As things stand, there's no location where we could land in the Macabre without risk. I figured as much. In that case, let's focus our efforts on the plan and head to the booster site. Agreed. All that remains is to decide when the operation will be initiated. Speak to me again when you're ready. Travel. And as he said, we can land nowhere right now, except the booster site. So let's do that. We can use the experimental signal booster to hack into the orbital net and broadcast the declaration of invalidity. Once we do this, there's no going back. Are we ready? Head there. Camera stack, sound systems double check. We are now approaching the airspace directly above the signal booster. You may begin whenever you see fit. Okay, here we go. You ready, Speaker MacDowell? Yes, let's begin. Here goes nothing. Establish a link from booster to OrbitNet. Let the hacking begin. And I got control for communication systems. Switching to main camera. Go for it. Good morning, Crossbell. This is reporter Gracelyn of a Crossbell News Service coming to you live. As a disclaimer, the following transmission is not endorsed by the CNS. I'm here in an independent capacity to deliver this breaking bulletin to you. With that, there's someone here whom I would like to introduce. I give you Speaker Henry MacDowell, representative of the autonomous state of Crossbell. Good morning, citizens of Crossbell, as well as everyone else who may be watching this broadcast. I, Henry MacDowell, am Speaker of the Diet of the autonomous state of Crossbell. As I'm sure you're all aware, former Mayor Croix has recently declared the founding of the independent state of Crossbell. Moreover, he established a military organization known as the Crossbell Defense Force. Already, some Crossbellers have come to welcome both. However, I urge you all to reconsider. Consider whether our present course has truly been the will of a people. Naturally, each and every one of you has the right to decide for yourself the ethicality of our independence. Even so, the fact of the matter is that our current administration is not established by a democratic process. Independence was proclaimed under a pretense of unanimity, when in truth several Diet members, myself included, were falsely imprisoned. To reiterate, all that has been declared had been done so arbitrarily without the consent of a Crossbell Diet. So now I ask you, was the referendum's purpose truly to gauge the stance of the people toward national sovereignty? No. It was but a validation for our former mayor's declaration of intent, a pretext under which to pursue his own whims. The Defense Force, the independent state of Crossbell, and even the President himself were all founded on illegitimate grounds. But rather than simply challenging the legality of how this came to be, there's something just as important I want my fellow Crossbellans to ask themselves. Is this state of affairs, this administration, this life we have created for our state and all the continent, truly just? That is the question. And so I wish to present to you all the opportunity to come to your own conclusions. With that, as a representative of Crossbow Estate, I hereby emphatically and categorically declare the independent state of Crossbow invalid. Wow, he really said it. That's going to give us a little more leeway for sure. Indeed it will. Sergey, what's this bear doing? You tell me. You know anyone else who could pull this off? Shake a leg, people. Looks like business is about to pick up. And there you have it. For me, I would like to disclose the truth behind the events leading to this day. It began with a raid on Crossbow City 2 months ago. How much longer do we intend to let them peddle this swill over our airwaves? We've discovered the conduit they used to gain access to the signal and are in the process of cutting them off. It should only take another few minutes or so. We've begun withdrawing the screens that have been set up in the city as well. The citizens should disperse on their own shortly. So this was the ace in the hole. No easy task weaving a thread of fact into a tapestry of fiction. That's the mark of a wily old veteran if I ever saw one. Aren't you forgetting something? This never would have happened had you not allowed the Speaker to escape from house arrest. Fair point. We should have a blame for that. Though had you allowed us to do things our way from the start, those pests would be dead. Then this never would have happened. We cannot afford to compromise with the Divine Child's temperament. There's only so far we can go with the SSS and their allies if we want to keep her cooperation. Vexing as it all is, those are the terms we agreed to. This ploy will likely have a considerable effect on the defense force stationed outside of the city too. I'll do what I can to mitigate it. Please do. I'd say it's about high time we got down and dirty ourselves. Hey, you and Resistance are still out there. Let the hunt begin. In the meantime, I get in touch with our associates at Ouroboros. Something needs to be done about the SSS, not to mention the church's airship. If you would. Well, it was quite a show. Seems to me that your old man is all velvet glove and no iron fist. That may be how you see it, but I would ask you to consider this an act of foresight as president. This project's ultimate goal is to shift the balance of power across the entire continent. That's something that my father could never hope to do alone. Hence why he surrounded himself with collaborators who can get the job done for him. Such as the Divine Blade of Wind, as well as that other gentleman. Precisely. Daddy, you done talking yet? Oh hey Lady Bell, what's up? Surely as spirited as ever, I see. Have you finished thinking over what we discussed earlier? You mean about being in charge of your private unit? It sounds kinda fun, but I like what I'm doing already. You would at least wait until I leave a room before trying to headhunt her from right under my nose. Ah yes, my apologies. In any case, Mr. Orlando, I would like to proceed as per our previous arrangements, if you don't mind. Fine by me. What are you going to do, lad? I'm not your grandson, Pops, so keep your nose in your own business. I do whatever I want. Suit yourself. You're always welcome to roll with us if you want, Walt. I'll put you through the paces. Such a thoughtful pair, aren't they? You think that deadly little daddy girl is thoughtful? And again, I guess you'd probably relate, wouldn't you? No wonder you all click so well. Having second thoughts about taking me up on my offer? As if. I finally got the power I deserve thanks to that drug you gave me. Power no one but me can handle. That's for certain. None could hope to match you in physical strength when you demonize Walt. I couldn't ask for a better test case. What am I, some kind of lab rat here? Not if it's any skin off my back. As long as I get to crush this smug son of a bitch, I'm gonna put him in his place for good. The shockwave of Speaker MacDowell's declaration of invalidity slowly spread throughout the state as well as the rest of the continent. Whatever impact it had on those across the city remained shrouded in mystery due to the barrier. Within the defense force, however, unrest spread violently as the chain of command at Belgard and Tanman Gate began to unravel. Amidst the chaos, the SS received a surprising call about the macabre. You figured out how to bring down the barrier? Yes, an eternal way to suppress the power of the 3 Aeons. The key lies in the Great Belts. Great Belts? Do you refer to the ones in Stargazer Tower and the Moon Temple? Are you suggesting they are empowering the barrier and the Aeons? No, strictly speaking, their power is derived from the Septarion. However, the Septarion is not yet complete at the moment. For it to perform its so-called miracles over an extended area, its powers seem to rely on designated spatial fields. Said fields are specified by the resonance of a bell. I never realized they are capable of that. So if you can just stop them from resonating, then you may be able to release the barrier. A mage of it would also suppress the power of a White Aeon that destroyed Garelia Fortress. At least in theory. Yeah, it's gonna be worth a try. The barrier and White Aeon do remain our largest obstacles. Liberating Cosplay City will be impossible, so long as both of them remain. So in other words, we should prepare to head to Stargazer Tower and the Moon Temple? Yes, for the third bell it was used at the ancient battlefield and then taken back to Central Square according to Zhao. We can't do anything about that one, but we can still stop the bells of the tower and the temple at least. That is, if you can get past Ouroboros. Members of our force are guarding both locations. Well, shoot. Yet another problem to account for. Campanella is stationed at the Moon Temple. As for Stargazer's Tower, I believe it's under the protection of Arion World. That crazy strong chick in a tin can again? She's several problems in one. You may manage to pull out a win against the Fool, but even with our numbers, I highly doubt we'll stand a chance fighting toe-to-toe against the Steel Maiden. Could she really be that powerful? She is. Granted, the society has its fair share of heavy hitters regardless, but she surpasses even the mightiest warriors they can muster. Her strength is inhuman. There may not be a man alive who could defeat her. That's absurd. But Vazi, you're one of the Septian Church's dominions. A war like that isn't given without reason. Yet still, you're saying that even you wouldn't be able to oppose her? That's right. I wouldn't even trust my Stigma's power to put as much as a dent in her armor. If anyone could challenge her, and that's a big if, it would be the commander. Yes, however, the entire continent is in a state of emergency. As things are, Commander Selnet is in no position to come here. I know. We at least have a puncher's chance of Kevin right here. It's too bad time is a luxury we can't afford. We finally have an opening that could allow us to break this deadlock. There's no other choice. We have to take this opportunity. Hell yeah. Agreed. Doesn't matter how powerful she is, no one's invincible. Huh. Yeah, right. If we falter here, we never reach Bell and the others. I mean, let's head to Stargazer Tower and the Moon Temple. I wish you best of luck. I would also advise you save Arion with the Stargazer Tower for last. Lest you be unprepared to face her knights, let alone the maiden herself. You can reach the Moon Temple via the fork in the tunnel along Mind's mountain path. Alright, but I strongly suspect we now have new texts. Because that declaration should have shook up things' fears, right? Yeah, good. So I think I end the episode here. And next time we'll have another exploration before dealing with a Moon Temple and Stargazer Tower eventually. Good. Until next time, man. Amaze and don't get lost.